Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gamey Lannister's RPG sensation with fun people playing online. Working title. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, David Guthrie, and I have four amazing players to play this crazy game called Mothership. We have, and I'm going to introduce you, and please tell us a little, remind us who what character you're playing as I say your name. We have Sophie Nell Crafton.
Hi, I'm Corey Cromwise, the Marine.
Nice. And we have Ethan Bowen Armor.
I'm playing Hudson Frederick.
Yeah, and Nissa Justice.
Hi, I'm playing Bob, the android.
And Jack Snyder.
Howdy. And I'm playing Dr. Damien Dork.
Does an O have two dots above it? I just need something in the name to be not dork. I can't be dork.
He was bullied.
Yeah, no
Some
shit.
people just have unfortunate names.
Yeah.
It's a different language.
Yeah. What does
Doesn't
dork
mean
mean
the
in
same
Russian? Does dork mean something in Russian? Okay. Wow. We're playing a space themed horror game, not unlike the Alien franchise. And I just wanted to ask you guys, before we start playing, how do we feel about the dark?
I don't like that we can't see.
I don't mean in the game. I mean in real life. Like how
the dark
how
in
is
general.
what's our relationship with the dark in real life? Like, are you the type of person that has to have a light on at all times in your house, or is it like you can just shut the lights off and you walk around and it's fine? How do you guys feel?
Oh,
about
I
that?
love the dark.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm all about the dark. Yeah.
There cannot be a single light on when I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, sleep. Like, do you? Yeah.
This is the only time that the big light will be on.
You're living in a cave. Otherwise,
It's that or ambient lighting. Like, it's gonna be dim.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the correct lighting for a situation, which I'll get into in a second. But yeah, how are you guys? Nissa, how are you? What's your feeling on
I
darkness?
need my light, man. I gotta be able to see.
Yeah,
I gotta know what's going on.
I guess where I'm going with this is like, do you get scared if it's dark at night in your house? Like, some people are really afraid of the dark, and some people are just doesn't bother them. How do we feel about that?
I feel like I used to be with like Scare of the Dark for sure. Like up until I moved from my last place, because I'm 100% sure the house that I grew up in was haunted.
Really? Wait,
it was like
why? Why are you 100% sure?
It was on like this portion of land that used to be like 500 acre or 1,000 acres or something of this like home, like
It shrank.
foster home sort of thing, but it was like a ranch, and our property had the house on it, like the old rundown like foster home where like all the dorm rooms were, and it was like collapsing, falling apart. Like, it was creepy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was haunted, and I'm just certain that those mingled their way over to our house.
Did you see a ghost on a fire?
I don't know. I don't know if I saw a ghost. I definitely like spooked myself. I think just because of the dark, because that house, like I'd go exploring in that house all the time, and I would just hear things. And obviously it was huge house. So I think like, okay, it's probably just an animal or something. I remember there was one instance. It was dark. There's a little bit of light, and there's a door going to the other room. There's like a square window, and I didn't realize that window was like a mirror. It was like a mirrored window or whatever. Like, not one way or two way. It was just really shiny. So like, I was walking, and all of a sudden I see something moving, and I think it's something like a person moving on the other side of the window. And it's just me, but I was scared the shit out of me.
You shit your pants, right?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Had to waddle all my way home.
So I would call that not a ghost sighting, but you scared yourself.
Scared myself in the dark.
Yourself in the dark. Okay. But it sounds creepy. I mean, it sounds
Very.
creepy. Yeah. Any Ethan, what are you? How do you feel about it?
I love the dark now. I definitely, as a kid, I was scared of everything. And I don't really know what changed, but sometime high school, I guess, I was like, no, actually, the lights sometimes give me headaches, so I'm just gonna shut those things off. But like now, last night, there's usually like a light on in my room while I'm sleeping, but last night I like left the room and ate a bag of potato chips in the dark, and it was pretty great.
That you just reminded me. I once lived in a studio apartment with this girl, and it was a bad relationship. We should not have been dating or living together in a small apartment. But I remember one time she was trying to sleep, and I was just like wanted to have a snack, and I was sitting in the dark, just like trying to eat potato chips like as quietly as I could.
Not potato chips.
Oh my god.
And she woke up and she's like, "What? Shut the fuck up! Stop fucking eating potato chip." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm just trying to eat a chip in my own house."
That's hilarious because the exact same thing happened to me in reverse. But my college girlfriend and I, we were college roommates, so very close quarters, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I don't think she was awake is the thing. She just zombied up, grabbed her giant thing of barbecue chips, and it was crunch, 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 crunch.
She was sleep snacking.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, it was like
That's
crazy.
horrifying.
She wouldn't eat during the day, but in the middle of the night, she would get up and crunch on some barbecue chips.
Sometimes your body knows what it needs.
Yeah,
That's the scariest thing I've ever heard. I think whatever you guys are about to do is not going to be scarier than a fucking sleeping, chip eating lady. Well, great. On that note, let's go see what is actually inside of this planet station in the dark. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.
Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? We never should have come to this place. There's too many of them. That sound. It's like a razor blade in my fucking brain. We never should have come to this place. Oh, God. They're here. To tell my family.
Okay, welcome back. We're gonna do a little recap. Last time, we made our characters, and we woke up from cryo sleep, and we met Corey Cramwise, the Marine, Hudson Frederick, the mechanic, Bob the android, and Dr. Damien Diork, the scientist.
Dr. Dork?
Dr. Dork. And you guys made your characters, and we learned how to do that. And you got your mission briefing, which was to go to the planet Samsa 6 and investigate the what's going on with this research facility that went offline a few months ago. And you've been tasked with meeting up with you've been tasked with rendezvousing with Second Lieutenant Kaplan and aid him in securing the facilities and just figuring out what's like helping rectify the situation with this research center, reestablish satellite communications, restore power to the terraforming station, and failing that, extract critical personnel, the science officer Hinton, who is an android, and Dr. Edom, the mission specialist, and find out what they know, because they've been doing research on this planet for quite a while, and they've collected samples from life forms that they found, one of which was a arthropod, which they called a carcinid. So that's where we left off. You were shuttled down to the planet in a thunderstorm, and you got a little spooked out, and most of you failed your saving throws, and you got a little bit stressed out from the bumpy ride, and you touched down, in the rain, and you made your way to the base. You opened the airlock door with some nice hacking from Bob, and you got in there, and that's where we left you, was in the dark and walking into the base. So let's continue.
The battle dress comes with a headlamp. So I'll flick that on.
Very nice.
With weird
And-
hazmat suit, right?
Again, just very much kind of body myself in front of everybody except for Bob. And I'll turn to Bob, and maybe the light kind of flashes right at your sensors.
Short circuit.
Do you have schematics? Do you know where we're going?
That's a great question. Do I have schematics?
That's a great question. Do you have schematics? I'm going to say yes, you do. In fact, I'm going to send it to you right now.
Question,
Just-
Corey.
just
did you
Bob.
put on the hazmat suit? Like, did you put on the hazmat suit?
I don't
earlier?
have the
Or
hazmat suit.
the hazard
I
suit?
have the body armor, and I think the rest
Okay.
of you have the hazmat.
Just check.
So Nissa, I'm going to email you
Yeah.
something right now.
Okay. Right, yes, I do have schematics. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
You were downloaded with all of this information before you left,
Convenient.
Excellent.
but you're trying to access it right now. It's stored in
One
long-term
moment,
storage.
please.
Of course.
Getting file.
Unzipping file.
I
Okay.
stand just looking straight at Bob with the lights as the file is downloading.
Well, so that's happening. The music is so loud. Hold on.
I'm glad the music changed because the beating. I was like, am I going crazy or is this the music?
Yeah, that first track is a bit nuts. This is great, but I wasn't prepared. But this is great.
That's your
That was
Windows
great.
sound, Bob. It's just
Downloading.
What OS are you using? You using what, Horizon 2? I think that was the startup sound for
Windows 95.
Windows 95.
Takes a while.
My hardware is old. We'll get there.
Okay, so you have the mission briefing,
Okay.
and you do have a map of the base. Let me turn this
Okay.
down a little bit more. So you guys are standing in the airlock still. The door has just swung open. It opens up into this large, vast room, and with your headlamps sweeping the area, you can see that this is the commissary. This is the hangout zone.
seems
slash
very lively in here.
eating. It's not lively at all at the moment.
Exactly.
You see a ransacked mess hall and a rec room. And as you scan around the room with your lights, you see that there is a banner hanging from the ceiling that says "Happy Birthday, Olson" on it. Rain in several places of the roof. Rain like water is like dripping down onto the floor. Everywhere on the floor are empty cups, dishware, broken glass. It's just a mess in here. Like something happened in here.
Seems like one hell of a party.
Very
And
crazy. Party.
Nobody cleaned up.
I wonder if there's any cake left.
Do you guys want to enter the room and investigate further?
Yeah.
I would like to
Yeah.
enter.
Yes, I'm going gun first. Anywhere we're going,
Great.
just
I love that.
looking.
It's a great idea. As you walk in further, you see that on the ground, now that you're getting closer into the room, it's not just broken glass and cutlery on the ground. You also see bullet casings, empty bullets just like spread around on the ground. You see splatters of blood on the floor, bullet holes in some of the furniture.
Shit, very
table.
fun party, huh?
One of the tables is flipped over
Ooh.
on its side, and then over to your left, you see that there is a entranceway to another room, but it has been totally barricaded. Like couch, tables, chairs have all been shoved up against the door on this side of it.
On this side.
Yeah, on this side, yeah. There's a giant birthday cake just splotted on the
Damn
floor, dried up.
I guess
To
there's
your-
no 5-second rule with that one.
5-month rule.
5
5-month rule. Hey,
There's a door to your right, and did you get the document, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe you can explain the layout.
All right. So it looks to me like we are in the canteen. Barricaded off are all the quarters, the living quarters, and to our right is the kitchen and the pantry. And ahead of us is a little hallway heading to the command place and the workshop and the lab area. But that does connect through to what's barricaded off.
So there's 4 entrances to this room. The one you came in, the airlock. There's an entrance to the left, which leads to the crew quarters. There's an entrance to the right, which leads to the pantry and the kitchen. And there's an entrance directly ahead of you, which leads to the other parts of the base, which is like the command center and the med bay and things like that.
Yep. And the quarters is what's barricaded off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like maybe
Exactly.
somebody got into the quarters.
If you want to look at more things in detail, I can. If you tell me things like I want to go look at this, I will give you some more detail about it. And I'm giving you general bits of information right now.
I'd like to go look at the blood, see if it leads anywhere.
Yeah, the blood. There's several big spools of blood on the ground. There's one that seems to be coming out from under the table. Right now you're on one side of the table. You can't see what's on the other side of the table. It's flipped over on its side. But there appears to be this huge pool of blood spooling out. And then there are footprints that kind of lead everywhere that have, like, people have been run through the blood and just kind of run off in all directions. It's hard to make sense of exactly what's going on.
I'd like to peer over the table.
Yeah, that's a great idea. As you get closer to the table, you see that there's like a human arm just like sticking out from under the table. And then as you walk to the other side of the table, you see a headless corpse lying on the other side of the table, in wearing army fatigues, and this body has it's decapitated, and there's a giant it's decapitated and appears to be covered, like the body appears to be covered in all these like scratch marks. It looks like it had like a million paper cuts.
Well,
So-
let's hope this wasn't the birthday boy. I found a body over here. Well, most of one.
Can we
Alright.
investigate the body to see if it has any like identification on it, like ID tags,
Yes.
a card? Okay.
I'm gonna need everyone to give me a fear check as you discover this body.
How close is close to Bob?
Close is defined in the book as someone's close can be. It's basically within the same like room. Like you can reach them in a few seconds. Adjacent is the closer. Adjacent is right next to. Close is like within the same room. There's long range, which is shotguns are not useful at this range, and then there's extreme range, which is only like sniper rifles. So I would imagine if you're all together that you all are gonna get disadvantaged at this.
Oh, disadvantage. That makes it worse. Oh man.
I got 41 under 77.
You good?
But I rolled a 2, but then I got a 46, which is over 41 for my fear.
46
Oh my
over
gosh.
41. That's a fail.
I rolled my D100 so hard that it unconnected my camera.
The cannonball took him out.
The first casualty of this D100. It won't be the last.
Oh, we're getting it. It's such a loose USB port.
Is it broken or is it fixable?
It's fixable. It's just
Okay.
it's a loose port, so I have to give me just
No
a
worries.
moment.
And we're back.
And I will roll on the other side of my desk now to not break my camera. Anyway, I was 80 over 23.
Oh, that's a big fail.
And I was 76 over 22.
Okay, so you guys all fail again. Take another point, except for Bob. Take another point of stress. I'll let you know that
fear, correct?
Yes, fear save. Yeah,
Correct.
I will say also point of order. We started with 2 stress, but whenever we use a stim pack, it takes 1 stress away.
I think we all
but
have
you have
one
but
each.
you have a minimum of 2.
That is a minimum. I'm silly.
But nice try.
Yeah. Hey, gotta try.
We all
it.
gotta be a little stressed.
Applaud the effort. Just to let you know, if your stress ever gets to the maximum, does it say there what the maximum is?
No, it
No.
doesn't.
Well, if it gets to maximum, whatever that is, you have to do a panic check. Just so you know.
Oh no.
Whenever
We
you
might
get to
have
20,
to resort to this sim pack a
20.
little sooner than.
20 is your. Not all panic is terrible. It's not. Sometimes it could be a bonus, a boon.
But
to
if I
your-
panic, everybody else
True.
does poorly.
And if I panic, you all go into fear.
Okay, so as you guys approach this corpse, it kind of just
stress.
it's freaking you out, except for Bob. Bob seems cool as a cucumber,
This is
unfazed
a
by
corpse.
any of this. And Bob, you look through the body, casually, just
Yeah.
Bob's casually looking through this decapitated corpse, and
Well,
you
I have to,
No
for the mission.
humanity.
no humanity, and you find you do find that this person was wearing dog tags, and they say Lieutenant Corporal Xavier.
Okay.
As you get closer to the body, as you're opening the shirt to kind of get the dog tags around its neck, or what doesn't have a neck anymore.
Whatever's left of it.
Just they're kind of the chain is kind of just loosely hanging where the neck
Right.
used to be. You do see that its chest cavity is like fully open,
Okay.
and it's hollowed out, almost like something
That's
came
terrifying.
out of it.
Huh.
What the fuck?
Okay. Well,
Is there any like slime or residue that like the thing that came out of the chest might have left that we could follow? Or know where it went?
You don't see. Well, let's roll for that. That's a great question.
Okay.
Some kind of investigation ability. Before you roll, let's decide what you're rolling.
Okay.
What skills do you have that would be pertinent to this?
I feel like I don't have any really. I got linguistics, computers, mathematics, and hacking.
Yeah, so maybe it's just as a straight intellect roll.
Okay. So I got a 90.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't see any trail or tracks leading away from this this body. What are the rest of you doing? Watching this or
I'll turn
exploring?
to Hudson and be like, "You want to help me check that barricade?"
Hey, yeah, sounds good. Is there any like tracks or blood kind of going to or from like the wall that's barricaded off?
There are tracks leading. What do you mean? Like there's tracks all
like,
over the floor here, kind of going.
Is
all
there
different directions.
anything indicating that there was previously movement between this room and that room
Before the barricade was.
before the barricade got put up?
Yes, it looks like there are tracks that kind of like lead under the barricade
Yeah.
and disappear.
I want to check the barricade to see if it looks like it's held. Like whatever put this barricade here in order to block something from coming from the other side. I want to see if anything has come from the other side. So I want to like kind of inspect around and maybe kind of like shove it a little bit just to see how sturdy it is. And this is me justifying using strength for this.
Yeah, you don't need to roll yet because this is a pretty
Okay.
easy task checking this barricade. You kind of push on it. It looks like it was very haphazardly put together. It's not that stable, but it is a pile of sofas and chairs kind of like on the thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like it would be very strong. I mean, it would keep, if there was enough people pushing on it, maybe it would be useful, but you don't really get the sense that it's exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
It's intact though. It's not like
It's
shredded or anything.
intact.
Yeah.
It won't hold anything, but it doesn't seem like anything has broken through.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
I'd like to look around for a light switch.
Yeah, that's great.
Good idea.
So you would know. You look around and you see that the lights in the ceiling are like kind of been busted and broken. You would know that since the airlock is functioning, that there is some power happening in this station. But in this current room you're in right now, the lights appear to be broke, like just smashed.
Okay. Then I'd like to see if there's any sort of computer terminal.
You don't see anything in this room.
Okay.
But you know that there is a. Well, you can ask Bob about that.
Bob, do you know where I could find the closest computer lab or computer terminal?
I would recommend
check in on some things.
Yeah, I would recommend heading straight through to the command room, which is going to be opposite where we walked in.
Perfect. I feel like, team, if we can just call them over the intercom, tell them to come here. Easy, job done.
And if not, that's where we're gonna find logs.
Yeah, at least we
Probably
can
some more information
hopefully
about
find
where they would be.
Exactly.
Good idea.
Or maybe just we can tell them over the intercom to try to contact the command room over whatever computer log or computer terminals that are near them.
If there's something else in the building, though, they would hear us over the intercom, wouldn't they? Other than the crew?
That's true.
But perhaps
Do
it
you
wouldn't.
think that whatever happened here was something intelligent, though? I mean, if
there's
this
nothing
is
in the
just
building.
a creature, perhaps they won't. I don't know that a whatever did that is clearly some kind of animal. So, theoretically
fair.
wouldn't have the intelligence to speak back.
Yeah, I mean, my profession was more in the engineering world. Do any of y'all know about these life forms? If they would have this intelligence?
Can I roll rim-wise to see if I've heard anything
Sure.
like what happened?
Love it.
Okay, shooting for 49. Whoops. As I throw my die on the floor. Nope, 59.
Well, that was close.
You don't know. You haven't heard anything like this.
Well, I mean, they're aliens. They can't be that smart.
Well, they probably don't speak English either.
Exactly. How would they know that it's coming from the command room? We'll be fine.
We'll make sure to close the door behind us too,
All
just in
right.
case.
Barricaded.
So you guys want to head You guys want to head out of this room and go towards the command center?
Probably for the best. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take the lead. Again.
I'll take 6.
Okay. You walk into the command center, and there are a bunch of computer terminals, as predicted, and communication instruments, radios, like a radio comm, and it looks like it's the primary. This is the primary communication station. You walk in though, and you see the emergency lights like flicker on in the room as you walk in. Not the main overhead lights, but there is like an emergency light that's like flickering in the corner, and which illuminates another body. You see a Marine Corps who's slumped over the controls of the radio and is just lying there motionless.
I would like to approach and first, from a little bit away, call out, hello, are you alive?
No response.
Wakey, wakey. Eggs and bacon.
Stay back. I'm gonna poke at it with the gun just to see, kind of like turn over.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the body to fall over and backwards, and if there's any kind of movement or groan, go towards first aid, but just assumption that they're dead.
As you push on the body, it kind of rolls over to the side, and you see that there's a gunshot wound to his head. And as he's and as he like slumps over, you see his hand drop from on top of the counter, and it falls to the side, and it drops a gun onto the floor.
Okay.
You see in his other hand. He's clutching a document.
Is the bullet hole in the front or on the side?
It's in the side.
Okay. Well.
I will motion to the others that it's okay. He's dead. Well, it's not okay, but like, just be like it.
So fine, it's fine,
here.
guys. He's dead. It's
fine, guys. And then I will. I, the player, am drawn to the documents, but I think that Corey needs to check that gun, make sure it's not going to go off, and check the rounds and everything. So I'll pick up the gun and inspect it.
Yeah. How is Corey feeling right now?
She's probably feeling pretty tense. She's pretty stressed out, but not really open to letting other people see it. So I think that she's a little bit freaked out because we just talked about, it's just an alien, and this guy maybe shot himself. And if he didn't, that means that someone intelligent has shot him, and so we are going against something, not just creatures.
Well,
so
as you're
I think
thinking that, go ahead.
That.
Yeah.
Good.
So as you're thinking that, you pick up the gun and you inspect it. It's like a revolver, and there's 5 bullets in the chamber and one empty chamber, which I think you know what that means.
He hasn't shot at anything else.
So let's roll a fear check on that.
Alrighty. I guess with disadvantage.
I'm gonna give you normal because you're kind of doing this on your own, and maybe Bob hasn't quite made it into the room yet.
It's an 83 over 41.
Okay, fail again. So take another point of stress. I think my ruling on this with the Bob of it all is if Bob is doing something active and is involved in the thing, then I definitely think that's creepy, and it's like that adds to the fear. But if it's like you're walking ahead of Bob and you're doing your own thing, like I don't see why that would give you disadvantage. Like Bob isn't contributing at that moment to the Bob Loblaws Loblog. So you fail, take another point of stress, and
I think that manifests in this Marine has panicked and killed himself, and like I as a Marine know that's fucked. That situation is bad.
When it gets that dire,
that's why I like that another Marine has decided to end their life rather than continue with whatever was happening in this station.
What are the rest of you doing while this is happening?
I'd like to go and review his documents.
Great. You apply the documents from his hand, and you find that it's like it's called an org chart, which is basically a hierarchy of the staff and crew in this facility.
Well then. And how many names would you say are you sending it to me, or
I will send it to you later because I don't have that prepared. But it is basically, there's about 25 names on here, maybe 30.
Well then, we can mark at least 2 of these off. Can we? Corey, do you see who this guy is?
I want to check him for dog tags.
Yep, you find his dog tags, and they are, it's Second Lieutenant Kaplan.
Oh shit, that's our guy.
That's. Well then, we can mark that off our list. Do I have a? Is there like a pen on the table or on the or a pencil?
Sure, why not?
Sure. I'd like to mark on the documents and mark off Kaplan and the first dude,
Xavier.
Xavier.
Lieutenant Corporal Xavier.
You can see from your org chart that Kaplan is at the top of the chart,
Shit.
and Xavier is like middle of this chart. Zigzag Squad. He was the APC driver, which is like the sort of like all-terrain vehicle thing.
Kaplan was in command here. For
he's
Kaplan to have made this final decision, I wouldn't have much hope for the rest. It's not a great commander that doesn't want to go down with the rest of their troops. So my expectation as a peer would be that he would not do anything like this, unless he had already lost the rest.
Yeah. Where is Dr. Edom on this?
Mission specialist at the top of the chart.
Well,
See if we can extract Edom and see if we can find him. Yeah.
Who took the dog tags off?
Me.
Yeah.
You also notice that this body also has like all the paper cuts similar to the other corpse that you found.
But his chest is not.
His chest is chesty. His chest is normal.
His chest is chesty.
Interesting.
I think I didn't inspect the other body, so I don't know that I saw.
True.
Would we have talked about like that something burst from his chest, Dr. Dork or Bob?
I mean, I think if I looked over and saw the body, I would have seen an open chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I would.
I think you guys do know. We didn't clarify that. In the future, like, let me know if you're telling the rest of the crew things that you've learned if they weren't in the room. But I'm gonna assume you guys all know that seems fairly important information.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that noting similar wounds and that he made some kind of final decision. I'm gonna tell Dr. Dork to get back. Get back. Hang on a second. And then I would like to take one of my machine guns and just put like a little bit, shoot his chest a couple times just to be sure.
Yeah, you shoot, you unload like a few rounds into his chest, and then just like, I guess, I've never shot a dead body, but I think like probably maybe it's black blood comes out of the body.
So uncivilized.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see if I can get some lights on and get some of the computers running.
I'd like to also go to one of the terminals and try to reboot power and attempt to restore some communications.
As you get closer to the computers terminals, you see that they've all the instruments have been smashed. They seem the computer seems unusable at the moment.
Shit.
I would like to attempt to fix them with using my engineering mechanical repair. Actually, my engineering master skills.
Great.
Could you use more than one skill or just one?
Great question. I'm gonna look that up in a second. So these, give me a. Well, I gotta look that up before I ask you that.
Because I have jury rigging and mechanical repair
Ooh, jury rigging.
and
That's cool.
master in engineering,
Okay.
all of which could be used here. I mean, master engineering is the higher bonus, but if you can add them, they can stack. That'd be great.
I think, Bob, did you say that you were going to the computers as well?
Yeah, I'll go to the
Hudson is-
computer.
There's a help mechanic, isn't there, David?
There is, yeah. You can aid someone, and which gives them advantage on their roll. And depending on how well, like if you have we can always talk it out. Like if you feel like I'm really helping them, I can give it more of a bonus. Especially if you're like skilled at that. To answer your question about the skills, I'm gonna rule that, and I'll look this up later for better understanding. But I'm gonna rule that if your skills are like one is the master skill of a basic skill, like you don't get that skill twice. But if it's their unrelated skills that are seemingly helpful, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
So if it's not in the tree,
Yeah, if it's not along the path of the tree.
then I'd like to use my master in engineering and my trained skill of computers.
Yeah, that sounds great. I think you could add both of those together. That makes a lot of sense to me. So give me a roll. Sorry, is somebody helping? I missed that bit.
Yeah, would you like help Dr. Dork?
You know what? I would love help, even from an android.
Even from an android. All right, I see. I see
Okay,
how it
so
is.
I'm going to. This roll is the first roll you're going to do is to be sussing out what's going on, like what is needed to fix this. I think because this
Okay.
isn't just a light fix job. This has been pretty smashed up. So give me a
Okay.
roll with advantage.
So if this is the first skill check, would it be still the master, or would it just?
It
would
still
be
do all the things. So add all that to your base, and then
Go.
tell me what you get.
And is this a? Sorry, I'm trying to check the. Is it a D? Is it 100 or is it?
It's always D100. Yeah.
God, just making sure.
Don't break anything.
Be careful.
Don't break your computer trying to
Don't
fix
hold it.
these computers.
Oh wait, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. 'Cause I'm
Like rolls
That
around.
is crazy. It's like that
Alright.
game where you have to try and get it in the hole,
Exactly.
but it's
Oh,
but
come
it's
on.
impossible.
It's cocked on the other dice. There we go.
The Death Star.
All right, and it has to go underneath.
Yeah. So, but you get like a plus 30 because of all your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that bonus is to the.
Yes.
I have to use math. There's a lot of. It's plus 30 to 46.
76. We'll walk it through with you. Don't worry.
76. Perfect. And then the bonus for helping me
Is advantage.
Is advantage.
You get to roll twice. What did you roll?
It was an 81.
Okay, so fail.
92.
Oh, double fail. So, I mean, narratively, it's hard to like. You're in the dark. It's you're scared. It's a lot of things going on. These things are pretty smashed up. So I'm gonna roll to see how long this is gonna take. And this roll that you just did was to determine if you could maybe speed up the process. I was gonna give you a bonus to this roll, but you didn't. So this roll is just gonna be your how long it's gonna take, give or take.
Yikes.
Your rudimentary assessment of this is that if you can gather the parts and things, this is a day job. This is like an 8 to 10 hour job to fix these computers.
All right. Well,
Maybe faster if you guys work together. Well, definitely faster if you guys work together.
I definitely think that this is something that we need to get the power back on and reestablish our communications. So, reestablishing the control room and command room sounds like a priority.
Sure.
Thoughts?
Yes.
Do we know how long they're waiting back up there for us to finish up, or do they have a time limit of they don't hear from us, they're jetting?
That's a great question.
We're being paid 2 months, so I think
It's true.
plus a month of hazard pay, but that might just be the.
I think the briefing was get down to the surface, make contact, and fix the communications, and then radio back to us what's going on. So they're expecting a call within the first few days, I'd say.
Okay.
If they don't hear back from you, there's a shuttle coming back in a week's time.
And none of us have like any sort of satellite radio to communicate with them. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Shit. Well,
I think before we confine ourselves here, we should secure it, see if there are other survivors, secure the base a little bit. I don't want to leave you here unguarded.
I have my
if there are
submachine gun.
hostiles.
I think if this is gonna take all day, maybe we split up.
If Kaplan's dead, though, then our mission is no longer to get the base online, right? It's just to get Dr. Ewan and Hinton if we can.
Well,
They're still
our
alive.
first order of business was to make contact with Kaplan, and secondary, then it was to restore power and comms.
yeah.
So
Is
with
it
Kaplan dead,
if
that's a now.
Kaplan's dead, do we no longer want to get the base back online? Does that like destroy that whole section of mission? Or
I think it just moves everything
Okay.
up in priority.
okay, that makes sense.
All right. Do we want to go ahead and split up? Do we want to stick together? Doc, are you staying in here?
I'm happy to stay here and start working and getting power and comms reestablished.
Aye.
But I wouldn't like to be here alone. I'll say that
No,
right
no,
now.
no.
I would
I'm
like something to be with me.
I'm also good with tech. I'm good with repairs, so I'll stay here with you, Doc, and
How Bob, based on your map, how big is this place? Would you say we could check it out first and still make it back in time to finish, like to start working?
We've made it to 2 out of like 6 areas. If we've got the quarters still, the garage, the armory, the lab and workshop, and the kitchen area.
Yeah, it's not a large base. It was
Yeah.
constructed to hold, it's big enough though to hold, 20 people, basically.
Yeah.
armory
Also,
would be good to
We lost
secure.
our Corey, our Marine.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if she comes back.
Yeah, if it's that small, then I guess yes, we could make a quick round, see if there's anybody alive. If we happen to find the others, fantastic. But well, we shouldn't dilly dally, as they
I
say.
agree.
Then, yeah. What, Bob? What would be the connecting rooms to us?
Right now, we are connected to a hallway. If we exit this room, like if we exit the room and are facing back towards where we came in with the canteen and mess hall, to the left is the workshop and the lab, and the right is the garage.
Yeah, it might be easier to say west and north. We can say the
That-
north
yes.
is the top.
That's so much more helpful.
So you're in the north end of the base right now, in the command center. To the west is the garage. To the east is the med bay.
Corey, during your power nap, we decided that it might be good to take a quick lap through the building and just to see, but we shouldn't take too long looking around, since there's only about 6 areas. To,
Everyone
I'm having
give
trouble
me
hearing
an
anybody over the music. I apologize.
Oh, is it too loud?
Oh, I can also bring Mike closer.
It's so hard to adjust the volume of this music.
Apologize.
Dog.
It's like
What
the
is
ball that I have to grab to move on the slider is like so much bigger than the
Than the slider.
It's like I can't tell like how far to move it. Anyway, is that better?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I can't hear the music anymore.
A little bit more.
There you go. I can hear it.
That's
a little
perfect.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, give me an intellect roll.
Oh man.
Motherfucker.
76 over my 28.
59 over 53.
87 over 46.
47 over 39.
You all fail.
I'm
Well, everyone take one stress as just the thought of your computer is not working and the communication is not working and not seeing any viable, simple solutions in front of you, stressing everybody out.
Well, I think I'm a little nervous about looking at the med bay here. So I think we should probably secure the armory first. Check to see if they lift anything good for us.
I agree.
Just to add in there, the medbay workshop lab area isn't connected to anything else. The garage armory is connected to the quarters that were barricaded earlier. In case that changes anything.
Good
So
to know.
whatever they're trying to keep out is
For you?
in the armory garage area.
Probably.
Ooh. Well,
Maybe we secure the lab first then.
or the kitchen.
Or the kitchen.
Have a snack, guys.
Yeah.
So
You
if you
know,
have any gin,
any Twinkies, those will last forever.
I can make you a drink.
Promise.
Yeah, ex-bartender.
Ex-bartender.
So what are you guys doing? Where are you going? Medbay? Kitchen?
I'll go anywhere y'all think is best.
Well, let's hit the kitchen.
Sure.
Okay, so you make your way back into the commissary with
Any
that
survivors
loosely
would
hanging
want food.
happy birthday banner. Well, I'll just keep going. You guys make your way into the pantry. As you walk in, the shelves are completely bare, but the contents of them have been divided up and piled on the floor. You see a bunch of MREs, which stands for meal ready to eat rations that are like pre-made, army space food kind of stuff. There's piles of those on the floor. In the far corner, you see a slumped body of another dead Marine.
Great.
Well, another on the list. I'll go check his tags.
This is Second Lieutenant Lang, which if you refer to your org chart as was a pilot.
I'd like to look around for any alcohol.
None in here.
Damn it.
So yeah, you look around the pantry, you find this dead Marine, and you find some rations piled up on the floor.
Are the rations dug into?
They're just piled up right now. Like it seems like they were sorting them for something.
Okay,
But
but
it's
none
not
of them
like
are.
It's not like
opened?
they've all been like opened and scattered
Okay.
everywhere. They're just piled up on the floor.
Well, looks like they're preparing for something. Just not sure what. Huh. Wait,
Did you find an alcohol-wise, Doc?
Dry. Very unfortunate. But there's still hope. I'll look around. I'll keep looking. Eventually.
This corpse looks very skinny. I will say, like very emaciated.
That's
Okay.
I'd like to check
interesting.
its chest.
Yeah.
If it still has one.
You examine the body and you find the dog tags that I mentioned, and then you find more of those paper cuts crisscrossed on its body. If anyone has like a medical skill, they could roll, or maybe even something sciencey.
Quick question. This
Yeah.
might be a more of like in the world question. When oh, never mind. Sorry, the font on this was too small. I was looking at my cybernetic diagnostic scanner, but I thought it said synthetic organisms.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cybernetic organisms. I was going
Got it. It's not cybernetic,
Got it.
fortunately. Does anyone have any medical skills or anything like that?
I have military training. I don't know if that would apply.
Would they know basic
I
field
think since
medicine
it's
from-
separate from first aid, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's really. I mean, someone can try and do a medical check on this body to see what's going on.
Would that be intellect?
Yeah.
I can do one.
Okay.
If that's okay. All right. I got 52 under 53.
Oh, well, it's a
Nice.
pass.
Is that good
That's
enough?
success.
Okay.
You look over the body, and your kind of rudimentary medical knowledge. Just the body seems very emaciated. There's like discoloration around some of the organs and things, which you, with the 52 under 53, like your best guess is that this looks like this Marine starved to death.
That's so weird.
Interesting.
Are the cuts, do they look random, or do they look like they've been placed specifically? Like, have they been similar on all the bodies or anything?
It's a similar kind of, it's not like in a specific pattern, but the appearance of them does look similar in all of them.
Okay.
It's just like it's like someone has paper, like it just looks like someone got paper cut a whole bunch of times.
I'd like to
Okay.
check
Under
under
skin.
his nails.
What are you looking for specifically?
Any blood or skin? If it was
Um,
himself scratching himself?
Yeah, you look and you don't find any blood or tissue under his nails.
Interesting.
Does he have any, like,
Oh.
tech on him? Like a walkie-talkie or anything?
He doesn't have, no, he's just wearing
Okay.
his uniform and he's kind of just,
If this
very strange though, lying in the pile of food.
It's weird.
Hey, Corey,
Is this
can I
the
see
only
that-
body that looks starved
That you've come across, yeah.
that we've come across?
Yeah.
Corey, can I see that revolver?
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
I'd like to double tap it in the chest.
Double tap just to convert. You shoot the body twice, and it just kind of like shakes a little bit. It's still dead.
I'd like to take my scalpel and cut him down the middle, like down the middle of his chest.
Okay, you take out your scalpel and you start vivisecting the body. You start cutting open. You're cutting open his chest, surgery style.
Correct.
Yeah. As you start cutting it open, the first thing that hits you is the smell of just.
Do I still have my? I never took my rebreather off.
Yeah, because that's true. I don't know if can you smell through a rebreather? Maybe
I
not.
don't know. I don't know how that works. It's just in
but
case
you
in
do.
case it's toxic, whatever is I'm breathing in.
Right, you're breathing in better air, but you can still get a sense of maybe it smells. I don't know. Maybe you can smell a little bit.
It is possible to smell odors through a
Yeah.
respirator.
So, I mean, this whole place smells kind of
Kind of
like
bad.
death. It smells
Yeah.
like rotting death, but this smells especially
like home.
bad as you cut it open. And as you cut it open inside, you see you see something which makes you gasp.
What?
And as you do that, you hear a thumping coming from in the distance, like somewhere in the building. You hear like a thump, thump, thump. And as you look inside of this chest, you see something crawling around inside this Marine's chest. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Oh gosh.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh,
Thanks,
dear.
guys.